When I finished high school, I actually didn't really know what I wanted to do.
I wanted to be a teacher or a politician or a counsellor.
High school, I was just not a particularly great student.
I actually didn't do very well in my A-levels, so I didn't get to go to university. I took a year off and then I went to a polytechnic, which is a much more practical learning experience.
I didn't relate to science because I couldn't see myself being a scientist.
I did have one teacher say to me that I'd never do anything related to science, and usually when someone tells me that I can't do something, it usually gives me the incentive to actually want to do it.
Biology was my favourite subject, but I just wasn't very good at it. I started thinking maybe, science isn't the right area for me, but I guess the reality is there are so many different parts of science. It doesn't all have to be looking through a microscope.
I would never want anyone to get put off looking at STEM subjects because they don't like maths or they don't like what they've learned, traditionally at school. The way we look at STEM now is that it's literally through everything.
The STEM subjects are essentially the fundamental ones for changing the world.
Science and engineering themselves are so evolving and iterative that we probably don't even know what the careers in science and engineering of the future look like.
You sort of have this idea in high school that you're going to pick something to study and that's what you'll do, and you make that decision. The reality is opportunities come up. You need to keep your eyes open and see what's out there.
So I did actually spend a lot of time reading through the job prospectuses and reading about every certain job that was out there. I spent time at the universities researching what courses were available to study.
My mum wanted me to be a doctor. I really don't want to be around too much blood day to day. And when I went to a few open days at some universities, I learnt about biomedical engineering. Well, that's a really cool way to apply engineering to the human body.
I didn't always think I'd be a scientist. I took a break actually. I decided I actually like art, and I went to art school. After a year of doing art school, I just felt like, no, it's actually science. It's a great thing to just think, I really like this, try it, and it's fine to change.
So I'm really glad I pursued my passion, because clearly I've been able to have a great career with what I was interested in doing.